he has such an amazing impact on getting you to understand that scaling, although it is definitely very hard to do, given the right tools, given the right blueprint,
and
it will get you there.
Yes.
Because literally, the mindset and the skill set that you need to take your business to the 6-figure level, and then to the 7-figure level, and then to the 8-figure level is completely different. We have managed to do a lot ourselves, like as solopreneurs, and then working together without employees, basically only outsourcing and having, outside partners like subcontractors and so on. But as you scale, you realize that the game should change completely and you need this blueprint. But before we go on with the review,
Yes.
I just want to congratulate all of you who have taken action already.
Bravo.
Yes.
100% bravo, yes.
Trust me, I know that for some of you, the leap was very uncomfortable. But without uncomfortable leaps, you cannot go far. So if you only deal with comfortable problems, comfortable challenges, comfortable breakthroughs, let's say, you cannot go far. See how uncomfortable it feels in the very beginning, the very few seconds when you take off with an airplane. But a few seconds later, you are already a few thousand feet up. And this is all it takes. You need to feel that push in the back, right? When you enter yourself in an amazing sports car, right? You feel that push. But a few seconds later, you're already doing 100 miles an hour.
And
so
feeling
that
okay.
push
Yes.
actually gets results. Be truly uncomfortable if you don't feel that push in your life. Because maybe, just maybe, there is a wall in front of you. And that's why you don't feel that push. Maybe you have just said yes. Instead of saying yes to your dreams, you have said yes to your current situation. You have said yes to the obstacles without even trying to see, can I go this way or that way?
Yes.
And we had a mastermind with Alexandra before, and I was telling her that to me, the only way forward is upward. And
so
once
I
you elevate your consciousness and elevate your emotional state, it's not that you will install automatically the skill set, but then it will be very easy for you to resonate with the people that will give you the skill set. So as we said yesterday, the reason why we signed up from day one for the Unbreakable business system is that we have done this process a few months back, and we said, you know what, we're going there, and immediately, the whole
everything crowds out.
Everything else crowds out,
yes.
And it is absolutely apparent that we need the skill set that Grant and his team can give to us to 10x our business this year. Okay? Good. So
good. Excellent. So let's start with the keepers from Brandon Dawson, who, as Angelo said, is an expert at scaling businesses. Of course, guess what? He started with mindset. It's not by accident that all the speakers started with mindset. So he said, elevate your thinking so that your actions can take you where you want to go. It makes you think a bit at first, but then I jotted it down, and then I was reading it again. And I said, it's so true, right? It's the famous saying that they say, what got you here will not get you there, right? So you have to elevate your thinking, think upward, like Angelo said, in order to make this jump and be on the next level of success.
Okay, so now completely, I was not expecting this to happen, but immediately what came up to my mind, and of course, as Greeks, we tend to go back to ancient Greece to see what is possible for a civilization, right? But now what came to my mind was the 300 from Sparta, right?
Okay, yes.
So what happened back then? It's not that they just appeared in the battlefield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their thinking could back up their doing.
Exactly.
So it was only 300 of them, but their minds, there was in their minds, there was no issue to go about, challenging hundreds of thousands, basically. So how do you do that? Your mind should be forward in that process of change. Your mind should go where your body is not there yet. Your mind should get there. And you should see, as Elena Cardone said,
Exactly.
you
Act
should live from that state.
Yes.
As we like to say, you should live and breathe and act as your super self from right now. You should always listen to your super self, the person, the version of you who is already there.
And I imagine all of us attending the challenge and all of us who were there, or if you're watching this video, there is a nudge inside you that you know that you are meant to do something bigger, something greater, help more people, reach more people, have more impact. That's why you are going through this whole process. Listen to that little voice inside of you, right?
I liked that you said little voice, because usually that's a problem.
It's so subtle, you might not hear it, right?
So your intuition is always, like a whisper, and your desire to be of greater value is like a whisper, a subtle whisper, pulling you forward.
Yes.
But there is also the drama queen ego pulling you backward, like, what do you think you're...
And she's loud. She's loud.
Yeah, we might have a recession and we might have another wave of COVID. Are you going to give, almost $1,000 for a program and so on? Things like that, Or are you going to have like a complete breakthrough in your business? Do the same so that there is no problem at all. But you know what? As you keep doing the same things, you don't have the same results. This is an illusion. So if, for instance, you're doing, some kind of mechanical work, right? You're using your hands. And as times go by, your hands will not be able... This morning, we watched the final of the Australian Open, right? And it is apparent that Novak Djokovic was, at the peak of his game. He was amazing.
Yes.
Okay. And you could see his focus, but at the same time, he was challenged by an injury, and he knows that in 10 years from now, he cannot do that again, right? So even if he is at the peak of his game, even if he does like the same things every single day, there will be some kind of decay, and he knows that he wants to reinvent himself, basically.
Exactly, yes.
Maybe become a coach, maybe become an author, and so on. And all these changes happen in our lives. Just because we're great at 4th grade, it does not mean we can do well at 5th grade. We still have to work, So we always reinvent ourselves.
Exactly. It's one of the basic needs of all humankind. Next, by Brandon Dawson, he said, confusion will always create failure. If you do not have clarity regarding your goal, your financial goal, your market, your ideal client, and all those kinds of things, then definitely something will go wrong somewhere because you do not have absolute clarity. So he said, learn to ask phenomenal questions and learn to find phenomenal mentors. You do not have to be overwhelmed. You do not have to reinvent the wheel all over again. You can find other people who have succeeded before you in what you want to succeed and model these people, study and model them. Right? Great advice.
Okay,
it sounds simple, but it's very profound.
I have 2 questions for you just to back up what Alexandra said. Question number 1. Why do I keep making all these bad decisions? Why do I keep putting myself with the wrong partners and clients? Question number 2. How can I 10x my business while being healthy, happy, and unstoppable this year?
A much better question, right?
You may not get the answer immediately, but immediately, I got goosebumps just by asking myself this question. Yes. So this does something to you. Asking more empowering questions does something to you. And you want to have your questions. Tony Robbins says the quality of your questions direct basically the quality of your life. The quality of your life is bound to the quality of your questions. And it is because every time you ask a question or being asked a question, your mind immediately seeks answers.
Higher quality questions, better answers, better progress in
Yeah.
life and in business. And finally, Brandon analyzed the famous business breakpoints. This was a very interesting graph. What it basically means is that he showed a chart where you have a business from in the startup phase all the way up to the growth phase, where you can exit the business either by selling it or by staying in it but passively getting income from it. The point is, though, that the curve starts low, 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 and then through scaling, you can go very fast, very high. But the more in the early stages you are, the more the breakpoints, the more the chances that something might go wrong. And it's not by accident, right? He mentioned
Yeah.
very high percentages of businesses
It
failing.
is many things. It is
It's a
definitely a
combination.
mindset thing. I
Yes.
try to draw this as fast as possible for you. So now you see that as you go up in the revenue ladder, revenue scale, the breakpoints are becoming more scarce.
Yes.
And one amazing example for this is that similar to the 4-minute mile and all these things, right? When Apple, the valuation of Apple broke through the 1 trillion mark, then what happened? Other companies went that high
Yes.
much faster
Yes.
and crossed the 1 trillion. Immediately, we had like 4 companies over with
1
valuation over 1 trillion. And Apple immediately, like virtually in a heartbeat, in a few months, went to 2 trillion. How do you do that? It took you like 25 years to go to 1 trillion and a few months to go to 2 trillion. Why? Simply because you've crossed that mark and now it's easy for you. I remember an amazing quote from Marcel Silver. He said, the first million is surely, definitely for all of us, the toughest.
And then
Skip it.
skip it.
Skip it.
Go directly.
Go to the second
million.
So
yes.
the thing is that right now, whether you believe it or not, whether you agree with me or not, you at some point you will truly grasp that your mindset, even though it is amazing for where you are right now, it is an obstacle, for where you want to go. So this is the difference maker, to acknowledge this and also acknowledge this journey, that the revenue scaling will get easier and easier and
As you
more
grow.
accessible. Of course,
Yes.
as you grow, you gain self-confidence, you broaden and improve the quality of your network, you broaden and improve the quality of your financing. Everything gets better, everything gets easier. And then, of course, also, which I believe is the most important thing, your targeting grows. As Grant calls targeting, we call it our destination. So now, if your revenue is on $50,000, you will not put a target for 5 million easily. Maybe you should, but you wouldn't, because you think it's too far. So Jared said yesterday something amazing, right? He said, we're not doing this for the $1,000, right?
Exactly.
This will not change our lives or the level of our business. But what if, through this process, we get some amazing companies together, we help them grow to the point that they're truly, truly big and strong companies. And we can put all these companies together and go to Wall Street and say, okay, this is it, and it is worth 20 billion. This is the level of thinking that you want to be taking yourself to, not necessarily to become a billionaire,
but just to be
but
open
to prove
to
to yourself exactly
yes. Stretch
the
your
possibilities.
mind.
Stretch your mind and see how easy your actual target is. So this is what we got from yesterday's scaling session in a nutshell.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
You stretch your mind. Grant said that many times before. You stretch your mind, and then in that new level of consciousness and that new level of emotional state, your dreams are not just, daydreaming. They are actual happenings. They are happening as you grow. You see them grow. You see your results growing with you.
Exactly.
So
then we had Robert Herzabek from Shark Tank. He was interviewed by Grant Cardone, and he also started with mindset.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I wonder. He
Incredible.
said, if the mind of the entrepreneur is in trouble, then the business is in trouble, right? And he also said, like, I have never met a business that was failing where the entrepreneur was not failing. So this goes hand
This
in
is
hand.
amazing, okay? To have seen so many businesses, to have seen so many cases in so many different industries, and say that, okay? And with his level of credibility also, this was very powerful. Then, okay, now I have to take a pause and absorb it. And I have to
Yes.
accept as Angelo what I said before, that I could be very good or even good or adequate for where I am, but for where I want to go, no way.
Yes.
No way. I need to grow.
Yes.
It is my responsibility. It is very hard to swallow, very hard to digest, but always as leaders, as entrepreneurs, we should take this moment of pause and realize that we are the true challenge for our business. How about that?
The more we
We
expand
are
our
the
minds,
real,
yes.
true, one only challenge for our business. And Grant said there is always only one objection with many different coatings.
Yes.
I believe the one objection is me for whatever it is that I want to achieve, because everything else is set for everyone else. So it's not that I am deprived from financing or meeting somebody. It's not that I'm not doing it yet, right? And who is the obstacle to that? I am.
Exactly. It's always
And
when you want to
of
grow,
course,
the obstacle is the mind.
because
Yes.
we've done the journey, and I have personally done that many times in the last decade. Let me tell you this. Although it is hard to digest, once you absorb that information at a core cellular level, what will happen is that you will get your power back.
Yes.
You will immediately feel that rush of energy and realize, oh, I only have one thing to fix, me. And once I upgrade me, my results will upgrade as well.
Exactly. It's liberating. It's hard
liberating.
to confront at first, but it's liberating after that.
Exactly.
So Robert went ahead and said something else, which was very nice. He said, you've got to have the courage to be yourself, expand your mind, and spend more time with people who amplify who you are. Everybody also mentioned it in these words or other words throughout the challenge. The people that surround you for your business success are so important. Your business network, your family network, your friend network, people that are supporting you and are along on the mission with you should be on the same page, and a collective effort will get you there also faster,
Exactly.
right? Not everybody will follow from family and friends, and that's totally okay. During business time, you can focus on the business network and succeed your goals. That's fine too, right? But the point is, work on your mindset, set bigger goals, have the courage to really be yourself and really do what you really want to do, right?
Absolutely.
Because it's also a very sensitive point for many people. And then make sure you're surrounded by people who can help you reach these very nice goals that you have set. And at the end of the challenge, Grant Cardone decided to give an impromptu mini masterclass recapping some things about mindset again. And he said something which at first sounds a bit maybe hard as a choice of words, but it is so very true. He said, you need to go to excuse poverty, right? Excuse poverty. There is no luxury for excuses. Either you will have excuses or you will do the things that are necessary to do to reach your success.
Yeah, and
right?
also Grant, it's not like a keeper, but what he said that stuck with me was he asked something, and the comments were not, like as fast paced as you would expect. And Grant said, if you now it's like yesterday, right? So Friday. If you don't remember exactly what. So it was Saturday.
It was Saturday.
Okay.
We've lost track of time with the challenge.
Yeah. So now it's Saturday, and you don't remember what we said on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Imagine next Tuesday. Imagine the Wednesday after that.
When life starts rolling
And this
again.
is why we keep repeating through these master classes that you don't want just to invest in the Unbreakable business system. You want to go through it, and you want to go through the process of turning all these amazing teachings into habits, empower your operating system. So Grant is not teaching something he's not doing. He's teaching us through this 5-day challenge exactly what he's doing to grow his businesses. So this is the keeper from this 5-day challenge in one sentence.
Yes, and it's
You
not
just
yes.
apply what you're being taught. You just follow
Exactly.
the leader. And many times, I think it was Pete Vargas who said that we have received so many comments and so many, I have received personally, he said, so many messages regarding self-confidence, taking, like the next step.
Yes, they spoke a lot about
And
that.
self-confidence begins with you. Meaning, you don't even need self-confidence. You need courage, like the 300s from Sparta, right? You don't need results in advance to have self-confidence, because otherwise you might have to wait a long time. So make sure that you put on the courage that is necessary for you to turn your vision into a reality, for you not only to be your super self, but also to enjoy your super life. And of course, that said, and because it is the end of the 5-day challenge, I remind you that we are here for you, and we are giving our time and attention to you to ask us any question you want, and we will come back to you as soon as possible, most probably within just a couple of hours, with what you need to know to make an informed decision. This is an amazing opportunity and an amazingly empowering way to begin your new year.
Yes.
Get it?
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
said, okay, as Greeks, we are very easy to go, with a laid-back attitude, especially in the beginning of the year. I know that it is happening in almost worldwide, but in Greece, we have the tendency to prolong, the vacation period as much as possible. Like, oh, it is this name day and that name day. We have name days, not only birthdays. Okay, so it is this name day and this is that, and then, the whole January goes by on a laid-back attitude. And then on February, you got this amazing realization that virtually
oh my God,
nothing
I have to
changed.
plan my year, yes.
And as I was telling in another webinar, basically 2023, right, is not much different. So 2023 equals 2022 plus 1, right?
If you do not change anything, right?
If nothing changes.
If nothing changes,
But
exactly.
wait a minute. I didn't sign up for that class. I signed up for 2023 equals what? 2022 times 10x. So this is where everything changes. And I'm so grateful just for being present at this challenge.
Yes.
So now that the 5-day challenge is over, you can go through your notes, you can go through our review masterclasses and feel that gratitude, feel that kick that you felt, like in the back, pushing you forward and upward towards your super self, towards the financial success that you so much deserve and desire. And without hesitation, ask what you need to be answered right now.
Yes.
So that you can make an informed decision and take the next step. And the next step, with your participation and the support from Grant and his team and our coaching throughout the year, will be converted into an amazing financial leap. This is my promise to you, because I know how committed I am and how committed Alexandra
Absolutely.
is in 10xing our business. And we want you to be part of this change. We want you to be part of this amazing growth and this amazing new self that we will be presenting ourselves to the marketplace every single morning. Okay?
Yes, exactly. If you want to see all the details about the Unbreakable business system, you can scan this QR code behind us or click on the link below
Click the
this
link
video.
that you will find in the description or the comments.
Exactly.
And make sure whatever you do today, to be reminding yourself that you deserve everything you want, and we all deserve your best self.
Thanks.
So It was amazing that we did this journey with you. I believe we will have some other supporting masterclasses as well. But what truly matters is that you say to yourself that the only fixed point in the universe, in the whole universe, is my financial destination. Everything else can and will change. So
Go for it.
let's do this.
Let's
Okay.
do this.
It's been nice talking to you again, and we'll see you soon in the upcoming masterclasses. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.